always is a time when I almost find new ways to be able to have events because what we always find is that people who they haven't seen for a long time get caught up at the Operator of the Year award times, and just to quiet you down tells me how much people want to have a chance to catch up with people they haven't seen for a while. And so, but this is a great opportunity. Well, welcome to the 2010 Operator of the Year ceremony, my 12th award ceremony, and my last. But we won't go into that now. We'll save that for another time. But as I think back on the award ceremonies and really how much has occurred over that over those 12 years of cycle, it really has been remarkable. We created a new program I did when I got here, and that was the General Manager's Award. To be able to really stretch across not just the Operator of the Year awards or some of the other agency awards we had, but to be able to also really recognize special people and special efforts. There have now been 268 employees who have received that General Manager's Award. I have been lucky enough to be able to get one of the bags that we have given out, although mine's wearing out. It's starting to get holes. I worry about things dropping out of the base of it, but it is a reflection of my commitment here that I'm very, very proud to be carrying my little suitcase, small suitcase-like bag. I've also had a chance in that General Manager's Award to be able to recognize what I call sustained management excellence. And when you think about TriMet, we always do an incredibly good job of rising to a special problem of some sort, whether it's a snowstorm, whether it's an opening of a new line, whether it's an accident or others. But what the sustained management excellence is about is to say not only do we do that well, but we also have to do the things that are maybe a bit more mundane, but they are day in and day out, and they must be done and done exceedingly well. All of you who are operators, you are our ambassadors, our front line. It is 330,000 times every weekday. You have a chance to be able to make somebody's day be very special, or you have a chance to be able to make it be very bad. And what is so remarkable is that it is almost without exception, or obviously a few exceptions, but almost without exception, that interaction is just excellent. There are a number of people who identify with you as operators, but with all of us as TriMet is remarkable. I'd like to say, think about how many times people refer to 82nd Avenue as their avenue. We don't think of it. Or if we did, we wouldn't choose 82nd Avenue probably either. But they don't do that. What they do is what I do, and that is it's my number 17 bus. Or it is my operator. There's that personal connection that occurs with all of our riders. How many times do you hear that thank you when somebody gets off of your bus? A little harder if you're in your cab with your rail car, but that connection is very, very important. And that sustained excellence, that sustained ability to be able to deliver that day in and day out, in the face of people who are pretty cranky at times, that we recognize that the failing mental health system ends up putting lots of people on our system who really need more care than we're able to give, a whole lot of other challenges, and yet you do it and do it exceedingly well. I think back on one of the awards for sustained excellence that we gave early on that I was particularly proud of, and that is to Jose Mendoza. Is Jose here anywhere? If you don't know Jose, he is a part of facilities and really does a lot of the trimming and landscaping of our yards here and around all of our facilities. And you really realize, here's a job that many people could just kind of think, well, who cares about that? And yet, Jose, day in and day out, did it in a way and does it in a way that really keeps this place looking as a place that we can be proud of working at for people driving by. So it really is a chance to be able to focus on those things. Throughout the Employee Recognition Week, and that is a change from our banquet, even though I do hear every now and then, why don't we have a banquet? We only had about 10% of our employees who were able to make it to the banquet, or actually made it to, or depending upon if they had signed runs, they couldn't make it even if they wanted to. But moving it really to the Employee Recognition Week, and to be able to have that be a sustained effort throughout the week, and to be able to be not just in one event or one time slot, but really all day long, so we captured as a part of that effort people that were here, whether it was on the swing shift, the graveyard shift, an early run, a split run, a late run, or what have you. It was also an opportunity to be able to have managers serve you, frontline workers, the food or other things. And I always thought that was a very helpful switch to be able to have, because I like to think of our organization not in a hierarchical sense, but rather in a horizontal sense. And in truth, it is exactly how it is. Because if we don't do well in customer service, if we don't do well in our construction activities, or our bill paying, or paycheck paying, it doesn't. Any part of it doesn't work. If the buses aren't and rail cars aren't clean, if we don't have them in good condition, a whole host of other things. Each of those different elements must work and must work well together. And if anyone fails, then the whole fails. And it's a part of that sense of us all being together in it. Part of the reason why I've thought it very important throughout my tenure to be able to be out there on different shifts, on different locations, those 12 midnight meetings with the graveyard shift just coming on, or finishing up swing, those 4 a.m. meetings before people went out on runs, a series of other things. I really find that to be both enjoyable and very, very important to do. It also, for me, the chance to be able to see many of you, whether it's on the transit mall, not maybe getting on your bus, but I see you, and I always try to catch your eye if you're going by. Most of the time, you're doing what you should be doing, and that is focused on the road. But at times, you get a chance to look around, and I get a chance to wave and give you the thumbs up. My way of saying thanks for a terrific job. Well, we've also accomplished other things. The PIP, the Productivity Improvement Process, which, although it has saved us a lot of money, over $20.5 million on an annualized basis, almost more important, however, has been that it really has gone to our frontline workers to be able to say, what would you change about the job you're doing? This has been a particularly effective way in maintenance, a little bit harder at the operator side. But what can we do to be able to really make our system work better? On the operator side, although it wasn't technically a part of PIP, but the PIP philosophy is the idea that having those schedule writers in each of the garages to be able to immediately address and help fix problems on the scheduling is a part of that effort. It really is about all of you who make this place so special. As I've been able to say, it's the best job I've ever had, and really for 2 reasons. One is a great mission, that is providing an essential public service, which I'll come back to in a second, but that combined with the greatest set of people I've ever worked with is just very, very rewarding. But when you talk about the service we provide, it isn't like a utility. It's not like the electric lines or the telephone lines, although now it's the telephone, cell phone towers that are probably as much a part of our service on that side. But it's not just about a utility. It's merely getting people from point A to point B. What we have become in this community is a community asset. It's really a part of who this community is. And if you think about it, there isn't a travel magazine that doesn't talk about when you come to visit Portland, that they don't talk about climate, about the service we provide. It's, very frankly, you don't see a local news program that generally doesn't have, the lead-in footage. They always have to, of course, have Mount Hood, at least when you can see it, be in the background. But they almost always have one of our buses or one of our light rail vehicles going by in the background. And it really truly has become a part of what I like to call the signature of the greater Portland region. And that's because, again, of the work that everyone here does each and every day.